Hi Virgos, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tawana. As you know, today we're going to do a career reading that can resonate for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node signs. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my calendar link is down below. If you'd like to follow me on social media when I'm not on YouTube, my social media links are down below. It's at Tawana Antoinette everywhere. And if you'd like to subscribe to my Patreon to learn more spiritual education with me, my Patreon link is also down there. So let's start. Super eager to start your reading because we have the Answer Your Call card. I want to show you this card because this card asks you, what is your soul calling for you to do? And if you look at this card carefully, there's this woman in the card and she looks so, it's like a state of longing, like she wants to do something so bad, or she's thinking about doing something so bad, but she's not moving. And I feel like that's the energy that I get for you. Kind of like there's something that you're being called to do right now in your career life, in your work life, and it's almost becoming unbearable to the point where you can't ignore the call anymore. And I feel like that's what this reading is saying. Like, what is that thing that your soul has been telling you to do that you have not started actioning yet, or that you've been ignoring? Usually we kind of sweep these things to the back of our mind and don't really action them because we get caught up in the, okay, how am I going to do this? Or how will I be perceived if I do this? Or, you know, like, I don't know the first step to take to do this. But this card is calling for you to, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have the whole plan mapped out. It's really just saying take the first step. Whatever you are being nudged to do, in terms of you go to sleep, it's on your mind the next day when you wake up. Like, this thing just does not go away from you. It's for a reason. It's basically your soul asking you, like, please do this thing, like, do it. This is where you're supposed to be going, like, go here. It's like an inner knowing that's trying to direct your path in your waking life. So whatever that thing is that you're like, oh, I want to do this so bad, but I don't know how, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where I'm going to get the money from. Just start. After this reading, write down a couple things that you can do to actually start this thing. I want you to write down, okay, if I don't have this and I even don't have that, or I don't have this and I don't have that, at least I can do this. And this is my first step that I will take to actioning this thing that my soul is calling me to do. Sorry, I didn't turn on the timer. So let's jump into the tarot. So we have the Six of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Eight of Swords, because you are in your head. And we have the Seven of Cups as you look for your options. All right, so let's clarify. Clarify the Six of Pentacles. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? Why is the Six of Pentacles here? All right, so in your finances, I feel like there is like, it's like the universe is ushering in some form of change for you. And this could be in how you make money. It's almost like you're being nudged. Excuse me. It's kind of like you're being nudged to change something in the way that you kind of like, some of you are going to have to learn a skill. Like, you have to like learn something, or you have to like go into formal education or something. So that's what you're fearing. Like, oh, I'm going to have to get certified, or I'm going to have to go to school or whatever for something. The time is going to pass anyway, so why not? And they're saying here, if you're worried about the money will come. I don't know where I went off on that tangent, but that was for somebody specific. But yeah, a lot of you, I feel like it's like almost like a change in the way you make money, and that's probably what is going to be causing this in your head, like stress, because you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna change the way, because this is what has been giving me a certain income or a certain lifestyle for a while. This is how I pay my bills. I don't want that to change. That's scary to me. Like, completely understand, 100% understand. But I feel like you're like, there's some kind of change that is unavoidable that's happening, because you can't reverse the wheel. Once the wheel turns, it's turned. And once whatever that thing is comes into your awareness, I don't feel like you're going to be able to get rid of it. It's like your soul is going to continue to haunt you until you do what it's like asking you to do. Or it's like your higher self will continue to haunt you until you start going along the path that it wants for you. Which is your highest path and the path for your highest good. So I feel like there's this kind of change possibly happening in how you earn money, or you're fearing that change because you're so used to earning money in a specific way. It's like you can't conceive making it, like you can't conceptualize making money in another way. Clarify the Chariot. Clarify the Chariot. And possibly even made good enough money in something before. But hey, if you can make better money doing something else, it's going to be uncomfortable, but hey, isn't it worth it? Clarify the Chariot. And also if you can actually enjoy the thing that you're doing. What is a Chariot? Why is a Chariot here? Why is a Chariot here? Alright, so before you move ahead with anything, right? Have some patience and plan. Make a plan of action to see how best you can change whatever you're, because if this is a career change, for example, and you're going in a new field, or if you're changing jobs or something like that, I feel like that's what this is. If you're changing, they're saying here, yes, you have priorities, you have things that you need to do, you need to be practical, mature, whatever. Make a plan and then start actioning that plan, and the universe will help you based on your efforts. All you have to do is meet it halfway, like do your part and they will help you with the rest. That's the energy I'm getting. You just need to make a plan. That's all I just keep hearing, like, just make a plan. Make a plan of action. Yes, you can't see how something is going to be done right now, but if you plan this out with whatever your current circumstances are, and you try to start doing little things, changing your utilization of your time, like seeing if you can fit in whatever this thing is in your off time while you're doing your job, or while like just figuring out how that's going to work. Before you charge ahead with anything, just make sure that you make a plan. It's going to require patience, and it's going to require you just being a little bit more balanced, but that's what's going to help you to move forward and to make progress and to keep your foot on firm ground while you're going ahead and while you're doing whatever this transition or change is. I feel like luck is on your side too. It's almost like they're saying, leap and we will catch you. Clarify the Hierophant. Clarify the Hierophant. Why is the Hierophant here? Hierophant is clarified by the Fool. So this is the thing. I feel like whatever this thing is, it is going to be, maybe try getting some advice if you know people, or if you know somebody who has wisdom in that particular field, or this can also be spiritual advice. So maybe you need to book a personal reading to go through your own scenario. There are many, you can book a reading with me, and there are also many readers on YouTube to go with whatever budget that you have. But maybe you need to make a plan with somebody in a position of like wisdom and who can just give you that spiritual insight to help you with whatever journey this is. Because I feel like whatever you're about to do, you've never done it before. You don't know what the outcome will be, and that's what the Fool energy is. The Fool energy is, I don't know where I'm going yet. I don't know what the journey will be like. I don't know if I'll fall on my face, but I trust entirely my guides, my angels, my ancestors who have my back and who are always around me to protect me on this journey. And I also know that wherever I'm going is my personal path, and I need to experience it for myself, regardless of what anybody else is thinking or what anybody else in society has as an expectation for me. Because that's what the Hierophant energy talks about as well. It talks about your role in society, and sometimes even fearing what others may say based on like the things that you're doing. And I feel like whatever you're doing is probably going to be a little bit unconventional for you or personal to you, so don't expect everyone to understand. This is why I keep feeling like you need to book a personal, because maybe you need to see and to have someone like show you like things, that areas where you are blind, so you can build that belief in yourself first and foremost. So you don't necessarily need people to validate this journey. As long as you understand it, then that's all you need to know. All right, tell me about the Lovers. Why is the Lovers here? Lovers is here because of the Queen of Cups. So this talks about a choice. The Lovers card talks about a choice here. And I feel like you're making the choice to go with your intuition. If you are not making the choice to go with your intuition, you should be. Tell me more about the Lovers and the Queen of Cups. You're making the choice here to go with your intuition on this thing that you're working on. I feel like it's going to be a very personal decision to you, and only you can make that choice. It's like they're like, yeah, we'll help you, but you have to leave. You have to make that choice on your own. So it's going to be something that I feel like is going to be a little bit difficult for you to do, because you're like, okay, how am I going to do this? But I feel like here you will get the help. It's like, trust your guides. If I talked about this on my Patreon, this is why I always say it's so important to create an altar space in your home and have that reverent time with yourself and your guides, no matter what you believe in. Because sometimes when we're in these energies of, wow, I need to make a decision, you can't get that advice from anybody else, because nobody else understands your journey or your purpose or your dharma in this lifetime. It's going to be you and God figuring it out. And in those moments of building a connection with your guides, that's where like you get that clarity. That's where like you're able to get the confirmation intuitively that you're going where you're supposed to go. So that may be something that you want to, if you've not been like meditating, if you've not been like creating that sacred time for you, that may be something that you should tap into a little bit more too. Like meditate, take a note of the things that come to your mind, the ideas that come to your mind, the guidance and the thoughts that come to your mind when you're completely still and quiet. So yeah, you're making a choice here to go with something that you intuitively feel called to in terms of work. And I feel like it's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to be a lot of you doing this work on your own. I feel like though it feels like this is something that you've already like started working on, because we have the Eight of Pentacles. Clarify this Eight of Pentacles. Maybe it's something that you already do, you just don't do it for money. Clarify this Eight of Pentacles. So your struggle now is to figure out how to monetize this thing. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles, please. Oh, whoa, that's a lot. I'm going to take it though. Yeah, maybe it's something that you usually did as like a hobby or something like that, but you've never actually done it for money. And that's the issue here. Like you don't know how to make money from this thing. And that's going to be the work. That's what you're going to have to figure out. It's going to be confusing at first. It can be like you don't know, like, hey, how do I do this? Start looking for people who have done similar things to what you've done. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing, but now we have so many resources and so many people who are doing creative work that you can kind of look into their blueprint and get ideas from those things. You're worried about failure. Don't be worried about failure. There's no such thing as failure. There's only learning. And you're worried because maybe this is a brand new path for you. Maybe it's the first time you've done anything like this. You'll be fine. Clarify the Eight of Swords. Why is the Eight of Swords here? You're in your head so much. You're in your head so much about this thing, and they're just like, don't worry, you'll be fine. All right, so you're worried that you'll fail. You're worried that you'll lose everything. You're worried that you'll be in a crisis, possibly a financial crisis. You're worried about how much work something is going to take, or how long something is going to take to get to a certain level. And you're really thinking about it here. But I feel like you can't avoid it, because whatever this thing is, it's like, it's almost like your soul is what's going to remind you of it, even when your brain is trying to like logicalize that this does not make sense. If you just love something and you're being called to it, then you're just being called to it. Clarify the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is clarified by the Page of Pentacles. So now you're in the space, we're ending the reading in the space of you looking at your options, and I feel like that's what you need to do. Look at your options carefully. Don't be factual about everything, and after looking at your options, then you proceed and you start learning. I feel like you're going to start learning about whatever route you're taking, like learning about how to do this thing that you're doing. The thing with the Page of Pentacles energy is you're in the energy of learning and you have this great idea, but there's a lot more for you to kind of explore and learn, for you to go to the Knight level and then go to the Queen level and then go to the King level of maturity in this thing. So you need to acknowledge that you're starting out as a baby in whatever this thing is. Don't go in and expect to like succeed right away. You're going on a personal journey. Whatever happens on the journey, it's yours. It's yours for you to travel. If you stumble and fall, it's your stumble and it's your fall, and it's your life's experience. So that's the energy that you need to have when going into this thing that it seems that you're being called to do. Remember to like this video, guys. If you've been finding this helpful, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so you'll know when new readings are out, and turn on the bell too so you'll get a notification when I post new videos. Let's get some advice for you. What's the advice for Virgos, please? Advice for Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. What's the advice for Virgos? Peace. Card number 23. In numerology, 23 breaks down to a 5, and 5 is the number of changes. So that's pretty interesting. Alright, card number 23. This is one of those times when you're capable of clear vision about your work and how you create your prosperity. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're called by a presence to step into your power. Just being is enough, for you are in peaceful harmony with spirit, and it shows in your work. So guys, I hope this reading helped you. If it did, remember to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye.